What? Good morning, handsome. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, you're good. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Let's get a little bit more sleep. Let's hit the snooze button together, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Bye, Eleanor. Are you smelling the phone or my... Oh, you're smelling my hand cream. Good morning, guys. Hi, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. You know, it's still a thrill when my garage door closes. If you know, you know. Buddy and Eleanor, so nice. Buddy is a master of guilt trips. He makes me feel so bad when I leave for work. He opens his eyes big and round. What, you're leaving me? Oh, God. Yes, buddy, I gotta pay for your cat treats. All right, let's get some coffee. With Madonna, I can't. She's already in my head. Hey there, so I'm flying position C on this trip. I've been working with Justin, who has an unnatural affinity for Madonna, and he's always singing Madonna. I do. And so Madonna has been in my mind all month. But I'm flying position C, which is going to be a little wild because the turbulence is supposed to be something very real, on the way to Houston, which is our first destination today. Then we go to Baltimore, I think. We're ending up in Boston. Oh, my eye, still colorful, but much more normal. So that's a silver lining. All right. Hi there. How are you? Oh. Guys, welcome to... Are we in Dallas? Is this Dallas?
Hey,
are we in Dallas?
Right.
Is Dallas? I think.
A little further south.
Oh, wherever. I have to ask for maintenance. Someone just threw up in the sink just before we landed, and the cleaners can't take care of it. They need maintenance. It's bad. Alrighty, hi guys. So, we weren't in Dallas. We were in Houston earlier. And see, my eye is much better. It's just still purple, but it's much, much, much better. It's vastly improved. But we were in, oh, nice to fly with you. It's vastly improved, so much, much better. Well, we were in Houston, not Dallas, and now we are in Baltimore, and we'll be shooting up to Boston. That flight was very easy, no drama, well, there was potential for drama. We had some passengers, two ladies that were very upset with each other, and they were sitting right next to each other. And they were using lots of profanity and being loud, and we had a lot of little families around them, so this music is so loud. So I went over and I just said, hey ladies, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to kind of bring the energy down a little bit, and they both said no problem, and they behaved. It was really nice. Really great little family in the back, lots of beautiful children on board, so it was a nice flight. And I'm flying in back with Justin, and he is a total joy to work with. So yeah, so it's been a nice day so far. I'm a little tired though, but yeah, thank God for cleaners. I could not clean these planes. Oh my goodness, the way that these planes are left after, yeah, no. All right, I will see you in Boston. Hey there, hi. So 1 hour, 9 minutes to Boston, and we're boarding, so I have to stop talking. I will see you in Boston. Hey guys, hi, welcome to Boston. Yay. So our third flight of the day was just over 1 hour. We had 160 some odd people on board. Pretty easy flight. We had one unaccompanied minor. And I think I told you about the women that were like almost in a fight. But I asked them to bring their energy down, which was very successful. It is an effective phrase for me. I use that whenever I need to like calm a situation down or stop someone from yelling or misbehaving. I'd be like, can we just bring the energy down just a little bit? And it's always worked for me. So later on in the flight, they were found to be chatting as if they were friends again. So it worked out well. We had a as I mentioned. I don't know her name. The young lady who's our position D on this trip today. Nadine swapped out of this trip for something else. But she's lovely. I forget her first name. Lovely young lady. Really, really, very, very nice. Good crew. Really good crew. But the day was long. Three legs. But it was good. And it went by faster than I thought it would. But I am rambling at this point because I'm so tired. I'm going to snack when I get in the room and then wake up for breakfast. I think it's not a great breakfast, but it's free. So I will see you either at the room tonight or tomorrow morning for breakfast. Is the shuttle here? Hey there. Hi. So I just put the hang tag on the front door so you couldn't see the hotel name, but when I got to the hotel, it's late. It's 12:40 in the morning. I got here and all of my coworkers had their rooms, and I said, "Hi, room 444." He said, "Oh, your room's being inspected. It'll be a few minutes." I'm like, "Oh my God!" My eyes roll back in my head. I'm just so tired. And he's like, "Oh no, here it is. Here's your key." And so I walk up, and this is the condition of my room. It's nice to have a kitchen, but it looks like a poltergeist has been in the room with everything torn apart. There's even some sort of filter that they've put up in the window. I don't know. They tore the place apart, inspecting for something. I don't know what, but even the grate inside the shower was pulled out. A little wacky, but now you've just seen a tour of my room. So I will see you. I'm going to have a little snack and then crawl in bed. I will see you tomorrow morning for breakfast. All right. Oh my God. Hey guys, I keep telling you I'm going to bed. I'll see you in the morning. And then I keep talking to you. I keep finding reasons to talk to you. So I just had the can of soup I bought yesterday, I think, and I ate the protein bowl as well. I was just starving after today's very long day. So I'm going to stay up for a few more minutes so I don't get heartburn when I get in bed. Then I'm going to sleep until probably 8 o'clock in the morning, where I'm going to go down and have breakfast and then crawl probably right back in bed. But while I was eating, I was watching the news and I just saw this article about this Singapore Airlines that just had such extreme turbulence that there were dozens of people that were taken to the hospital afterwards with all sorts of injuries. One guy died on the plane. They suspect he had a heart attack. The turbulence was that bad. Apparently, people were thrown to the ceiling, lots of head injuries, lots of face injuries. One guy was sitting in his seat. He says he was wearing a seatbelt. He blacked out when the turbulence happened. He woke up on the ground, like on the aisle floor, Just the importance of listening to your flight attendants. Wear your seatbelt, even if the seatbelt sign is turned off. Always have your seatbelt on. I was thinking about this today while I was sitting in the back. I'm facing forward down the aisle. And the minute we land, the wheels touch the ground, people start unbuckling their seatbelts. And I don't want to scare anybody, but if you didn't know, the most dangerous time to be on a plane is apparently on Singapore. I'm kidding. But the most dangerous time to be on an aircraft is when it's on the ground moving. Dozens of things have happened where people were seriously, seriously injured because they didn't have their seatbelts on. It's not like you're getting off the plane any faster. It's not any more comfortable by unbuckling. Just wear your damn seatbelt. Yeah, but I was just watching that, looking at that article about that poor flight full of people that were injured. Crew were injured as well. Just horrible. Turbulence is a real thing. And this is a case of clear air turbulence. So there was no warning at all. It's not like you're flying through clouds where you can see, oh, well, there's going to be turbulence. It happens out of the blue, unexpected. So always wear your damn seatbelt. And this is a lesson for me as a flight attendant, I'm not immune to being injured while walking around an aircraft, especially when there's turbulence. So it's really a lesson for me to remain in my seat with my seatbelt fastened as well when there's, moderate turbulence. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to bed now. I promise. You're not going to see me till tomorrow morning. I promise. Unless there's something to say. Good morning. It is 8:19 in the morning. I got up early enough that there's still going to be food downstairs that's relatively fresh, and hopefully it won't be too busy down there, but I'm going to have plenty of time to crawl back in bed because I lay in bed last night this morning, till probably 2:30, if not later. I just could not get to sleep, and now I'm like, oh, all I want to do is sleep, but I'm also hungry, so we're going to do breakfast. So let's go downstairs. My room is at the very end of the hallway, and this is the view outside the window in the hallway. And it's oddly pretty with all these little tenement houses on the left with all the trees. It's actually a very pretty morning out there. Well, there's some fake eggs and some potatoes. I poured salsa over everything to give it some flavor. The bacon is literally translucent. Can you see that? The bacon is so thin it's translucent. It's like paper, but it's bacon flavored paper, so that's good. If I raise this eye, it almost looks the same as this one. No, it's almost better, right? The color is still there and it's a little inflamed, but it's almost better. It's almost normal as my eyes get. I don't know if I really want to say this, but have you ever noticed that my eyes are completely different than the other? You know, if you're a girl, you know how you have two boobs. Well, most of you have two boobs. They're not identical. They're cousins more than they're sisters, not twins or whatever they say, right? That's the truth I know about women's bodies from secondhand knowledge, of course, because yeah. But my eyes are so different. So if you go back to another video of mine, go look at my eyes and you'll be like, oh my God, Stephen, it looks like your face is melting. Yeah, my eyes are completely different. They're at different latitudes on my face. Even my nose is crooked. Like everything about my face looks like it's slowly melting. So this doesn't really bother me too much. Why did I tell you that? Let's see. So it is, all right, so it is 1:39 in the afternoon. Our shuttle leaves at 2 o'clock. So in a few minutes, I'm going to head downstairs. I have to throw my laptop in my bag, make sure I don't have any phone chargers lying around so I can leave them behind. And then we're going to Newark. It can't take very long to fly from Boston to Newark. Then we're flying to Las Vegas. I get to go home and see my cats. It's going to be a fairly long leg. At this time of year, flying west takes a little bit longer. We're probably going to have a headwind the whole time. So I'm going to expect it to be 5.5 hours. That's my guess, back to Las Vegas. But I'll be home. And I've got 2 days off, I think, before I have a Tampa trip. And then I've got some time off after that, I think. No, I lied to you. We have another Dallas trip. Do you remember my last Dallas trip? Yeah, I've got that identical trip. Then I've got 5 days off, and then I have 2 days a Tampa trip. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get my laptop and stuff in my bag. I will see you at the airport. Ta-da! Just like that, I'm on the plane. 56 minutes to Newark, 160-something passengers on board. There were only 2 or 3 people in line at Dunkin', so I got myself an iced coffee. I've had a little coffee at the hotel, so I should be fully caffeinated for these people going to Newark. Our flight to Vegas is blocked at 5.5 hours exactly. I'm hoping it's less, but it's still a long flight. And today is, what day of the week is it? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So I can't imagine many people are going to Vegas on a Wednesday afternoon. I mean, EDC has to be over by now, right? I'm hoping for a light flight. I just need a light flight. let me clarify. By light flight, I mean like 165 passengers versus 182. A full-ish flight with enough seats to move people if we have to. It's just nice to have that little buffer zone. So I want a full flight because I want a company to, you know, be able to keep me employed. But I want a couple seats open just in case, you know. It's nice to have the back row open too, but we'll see. Beggars can't be choosers. So apparently our flight, we're in Newark, our flight to Vegas is supposed to take 5 hours and 10 minutes, according to Justin, who has heard from the horse's mouth. Let's see, our last flight was fairly easy, plenty of open seats, a couple passengers who really enjoyed having their cocktails. I kind of understand because I remember those days myself, but it just seems like a lot. Like 2 bottles of champagne on a 56-minute flight, really? But yeah, easy flight, going home. This is the last leg, so if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen on this leg. Always does. All right, cross your fingers. Hey guys, hi, welcome back to Las Vegas. I think I will try to make a synopsis, give you a synopsis of the flight, the last flight when I'm in the car or something. But I just got to my post office box and I found 2 little things I had purchased from eBay, and then I found a beautiful letter from the person who keeps sending me cards from Eleanor and Buddy. I don't want to say her name because it sounded like she wanted to remain anonymous, but I received her letter and it was just super sweet and super lovely and just really beautiful. So thank you for your letter and all of the cards you sent on behalf of Buddy and Eleanor, and the treats and things you've also sent. If you sent the socks, I appreciate those too, but thank you for your letter. Your letter just actually brought me back to a place of peace, as close as I can get after that last flight. So thank you so much for your letter. Yeah, I'm gonna get in the car, get settled, take a few breaths, and then I'll chat with you about tonight's flight. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, hi. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Welcome back to my car, Shimi. It's hard for me to describe this last leg of our trip from Newark to Las Vegas. It's really almost impossible. The closest I can come to is when I was a little boy. My mother would beat the living crap out of me, out of the blue, seemingly out of the blue. And when I would be like, what? Trying to protect my face with my arms. What did I do? I didn't do it. Because I really didn't do anything. I was so afraid of my mother. I almost did nothing. But she would say cryptically, little things add up, Stephen. Little things add up. And it might be the fact that I didn't clean my room fast enough, or she would find food hidden under my bed because we didn't really get a lot of food as kids. So even as a little boy, I would hide food in anticipation of not getting any the next day, so I would have something to eat. Now, I was hiding bananas under my bed, which is really a bad thing to hide under a bed. But, you know, she would catch me hiding food, crazy. But, yeah, my mother was crazy. But little things add up, in this whole flight. Little things added up. First, we had a delay for some reason. I really don't even remember what it was. And then one of our overhead bins was broken. It had kind of dislodged itself. It had come, part of it had come out of where it's held by this plastic joint. And apparently somebody up in front told the captain. They called maintenance, and so the process had begun that we had to have maintenance come on to fix this. All you had to do was literally lift it up, put the peg in the hole, push, and it would have snapped together into 2 pieces. But the process had begun where it was written up, and then maintenance had to come and fix it. It would have taken me half a second, but again, the process had begun with maintenance to come and fix it. And then they had to write up the paperwork, and it just took a lot of time on top of whatever the delay was we had. And then I'm complaining. I know I'm complaining. I'm just tired. The turbulence was consistent for the first hour and a half. And at times, suddenly it would get very bad, and then it would subside to some gentle little rocking, and then it was like this, and then it would subside. You never knew what was going to happen. So the seatbelt sign is on for our passengers' safety and our safety, but as usual, passengers disregarded that. If it's an emergency and you're really going to pee your pants, I get it. But if it's just, I got to pee, let me get up. It's dangerous. If I didn't tell you, the other day, someone died during turbulence. Mind you, it was a heart attack probably, but other people were sent to the hospital with contusions and blood and broken things, because of turbulence. And so it was just maddening that people disregarded their own safety and the safety of those around them. There were a couple old ladies that actually got up, 2 of them at a time. They're unsteady on their feet. They can't walk without holding on to, grasping the backs of seats, and they're crawling basically to the lavatories because they have to go. I get it. They have to go to the bathroom, but it's dangerous. It was maddening. It really was. It was maddening. At a certain point, I had to catch myself because I was getting mad. Like, mad. It's not my place to get mad. It doesn't serve me or them to get mad, but I was getting mad. So I had to just shut my face and just and tell them, seatbelt sign is on. That's all I can tell you. Oh, it was maddening. Once it became smooth enough for us to do a service, a snack and beverage service, during some of the worst of the turbulence, passengers would hit their call lights, bling, and I have to get up because it could be a medical emergency. So I get up, I'm holding on to the seat backs, I'm grasping along the handrails along the overhead bins, and they would say, "Can I order a beer?" No, we'll be doing service shortly. Once it smooths out and we're allowed to, it's safe enough for us to move through the cabin. And one of these instances, I won't say who or describe them at all, rang their call bell. I got up to them, risking my own safety. It wasn't that dangerous. Like, I wasn't going to be hurt terribly, but again, it could have been a medical emergency. So I got there and the guy wanted to order a beer. And I said, "Sir, we'll be doing a service once it's safe for us to move through the cabin." Just like that. I mean, it wasn't like super nice, but it wasn't rude either. And he's like, "Oh, okay, Mr. Sarcastic." And he was just, the energy he threw at me was almost physical. And I must have looked shocked because it just came out so viscerally. And so I just, I did what I could, which was walk away. So I sat down. Later on, we're doing snack and beverage service when it is smoothed out and it's safe for us to do so. Everyone ordered something, which is fine. Everyone ordered something, and including our friend that ordered their beer and called me the Mr. Sarcastic. And I wasn't. He just didn't like the answer. And we do service, and later on I'm coming through with a trash bag, and I see the 3 guys, the 2 guys he's with, all a similar character. And he said, he threw some trash in the bag, and he said, may I apologize for my behavior earlier? Is there a terrorist on board? Like, are you being held at gunpoint? What? I didn't say that. But I was so shocked. He had apologized for being sarcastic and snarky to me. I don't know that that's happened in 7 years or more than 7 years. I don't know what's happened in more than 7 years. He was so apologetic and heartfelt in his apology, because he's like, I heard myself, and after you left, I heard myself, and I wanted to apologize. I am the one used to apologizing, so it was very weird. But it just seemed every time someone's face turned towards us, they were asking for something. It felt like I'm going to be dramatic here. This is me being dramatic and overly dramatic. Shocker. But you know, in the horror movies, when you see the hands coming out of the woodwork and they're grasping at the hero, of course, and they're grasping, trying to pull the hero down into the abyss. That's what it felt like. It just felt like every time you turned, someone was asking you or grasping or needing something, and it was just so much. It was a lot. Guys, it was a lot. And it was a lot. We performed beautifully, I thought. There were a bunch of people who were at risk of missing their connecting flights, and we really did our best to communicate with the flight deck, and they tried to communicate with the people on the ground to try to, you know, make their connections work. And I think there was some success there, I hope. But we did what we could, and we tried to make sure that they understood that we were doing what we could. But flight attendants are powerless in many situations like this, so we did what we could. Yeah, it was a lot to unpack. This last leg was a lot to unpack. I've got 2 days off, which I am very grateful for, and then I've got a duplicate of that Dallas trip I just did recently, and that wasn't a great trip either from my memory, but they all blend together for me these days. Then I've got 5 days off. Wow. And I do have a video planned. A video, I want to do a reaction video to an article. I emailed myself the article. It was like 30 things that will make your flight attendant fall in love with you. And there are 30 things, 30 little bullet points that passengers can do to make the flight attendant's day easier. Because, you know, sometimes passengers don't understand that we've been working for 15 hours, you know, without hot food, without really a break or any rest, denying ourselves the simple pleasure of even using the lavatory to let other passengers use it before we do. So sometimes passengers really don't understand the minor sacrifices that we make over and over and over again during a simple trip. So it's not like we need to be treated special, but I'm going to do a separate video because I just thought it was such a great article. One day I want to do a couple of videos on things you shouldn't do on an airplane, but that's a different video. All right, I'm going to let you guys go because you've been so patient listening to me ramble. I love you guys so much. In particular, there's a bunch of you that you know I love you. You know who you are. But the person who sent me that letter that I received tonight in purple ink, just in case it's not been clear who you are. I loved your letter, and I just valued it so much, especially after the day that I've described to you. To read your lovely letter was needed. So thank you. All right. Bye. Good night. Thank you so much. Fly safe. All right. Bye-bye.